Oftentimes, individuals caught slipping during an intimate affair are found out by something as simple as a text message in bed, lipstick on a collar, or a closely snipped pair of unclean underwear. Feeling the fool? The primary lover in the triangle, be they male or female, may decide to take revenge. That revenge, in many cases, takes the form of murder. This is Deadly Love Triangles. This love triangle begins with Steve Whittingham, a jilted husband who was sentenced to 25 years for stabbing his wife Janelle Barker and her lover Jerome Barrett to death after catching them having sex in a parked car at their apartment complex. Before this tragic incident, all three of the participants in this love triangle were friends and worked as baggage handlers at John F. Kennedy International Airport in Queens, New York. But this is a danger that couples who work too closely with their friends and their personal space face. I imagine it would have been best to leave some of that baggage at the airport. Best for all because the couple shared a child that was all accounts about to do without both parents. Partly because Steve Whittingham was being pulled into this murder by a busybody neighbor who was busy watching the comings and goings of his estranged wife and reporting back to Steve without his encouragement. A month prior to the murders, Janelle Barker, 36 years old, and her husband Steve Whittingham, 49, were having marital issues, and Janelle decided to move out of the family's home. On December 16th of that same year, Steve Whittingham received an anonymous phone call in which the caller instructed him to drive to Louisiana and Seaview Avenues in the Spring Creek Towers neighborhood to see what his wife was doing. Steve already had doubts about his wife's fidelity while they lived under the same roof and was prepared to catch her cheating while they were still married. For this reason, Steve drove through a series of back streets leading to the multi-complex of the apartment known as Spring Creek Towers. Upon arrival, Steve parked his car in a position that would give him a clear view of the spotter's information concerning his wife. After a short time of gathering what his wife might be doing in a car with another man, Steve exited his vehicle. He then crossed the parking lot a short distance to witness his wife Janelle in flagrante delicto in a Kia SUV with Jerome Barrett. Both were naked and having sex when her husband appeared through the car's tinted windows. Now, even though Jerome Barrett was naked and having sex at the time that Whittingham caught them, Mr. Whittingham at trial would claim that Barrett tried to attack him with a knife. Now, I don't know where he would pull that knife from, but he said he did. Whittingham then struggled with Barrett, took the knife from him, and then stabbed both Jerome and his own wife Janelle multiple times in their chests. Barrett, who also was married, ran away from the scene, clutching his clothing, while blood dripped each step he ran. Barrett dropped his clothing and wallet along the way, but he made it to an apartment complex on the corner of Louisiana and Seaview Avenues in an attempt to get away from Whittingham's murderous rage. But I imagine if he only had cursory knowledge about medicine, he would not have driven his adrenaline levels so high during that run to cause a terminal bleed out. Due to blood loss from his injuries, Jerome fell to the ground and died in the entryway of the building he was going for safety. Jerome fell naked and covered in blood right under the security camera that monitors the entryway and that all tenants in the building have access through in their television. Sadly, that image of him being naked, butt up, was shared online and went viral in the community. As Jerome Barrett lay dying, Steve Whittingham put his wife, who he also stabbed in her chest, into the trunk of Barrett's vehicle. He claims that she was still alive at the time. Steve drove that vehicle a few miles away and parked the Kia with his wife's body in the trunk and calmly walked away. The following day, Steve Whittingham turned himself into the police and was charged with first and second-degree murder. At around 3:30 in the afternoon on December 18th, Barrett's 2009 Kia was discovered parked on New Lots Avenue in the Brownsville section of Brooklyn. At Whittingham's trial, his lawyer Jay Cohen said that his client was acting in self-defense at the time of the fatal stabbing and that he never meant to hurt anyone and had been in tears since it happened. However, to avoid a life sentence without the possibility of parole, Whittingham pled guilty to first-degree murder and was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Whittingham is currently serving his time at Greenhaven Correctional Facility in upstate New York. Yes, it would seem that Steve, who was too stressed out to get some help from a relationship that had gone sour, has now reached a relative peace and safety of New York's less inhabited areas. Unfortunately for Steve, the only thing he will ever see of that less inhabited area will be behind 14-foot tall prison fences. Steve Whittingham will be eligible for parole in the year 2039 when he will be 74 years of age. Who are you currently sneaking to see behind the boundaries of your relationship? And is it worth everything this couple went through?